sunlight, so cold, sleep is nice. So tired, my eyes fight, they just wanna close back up tight. Get up, hoodie on, hard work at the crack of dawn. This life ain't for the weak ones, no, this life pure only for the strong. Feeling slow, shake it off, don't got time for negative thoughts. Red sight, got the dot, shoot my shot, I want the top. Never lost, got my plot, know my story, I know my boss. I will fight against the clock, time's a limited gift from God. One day I will have my victory, crush all my enemies so viciously. Work so hard my hands are blistering, and they will carve my name in history.
What's good, everybody? What's good? How's everybody doing? Well, we're just going to be talking about a great guy that we all love and miss, Jeff ET, 85. He was a great guy, and there's a lot of people that are going to want to talk about him, and I figured we should be doing this. Good, Coach. How you feeling, man?
I'm hanging in there, bro. Thanks for having me on, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a sad day. We have a 1-year anniversary for Jeff's passing, and there's a lot of people that are going to talk about how they met Jeff, and also, how did you get to meet Jeff, Coach? I was always interested about that one.
I met him through the Big Blue Crew. He was in, I saw him on the on the panel, and just listened to him talk about the Giants and everyone else. And then eventually, when I joined the panel, he and I, we always conversed and always got along. And then one day he, was streaming a game, and I joined in with him. And, that's where our connection took off from there, where we were always streaming Giants games. And then, eventually with Heart of the City and the Pick and Roll podcast. So, but that's really how I met him, in the Big Blue Crew platform.
So I met Jeff through Mitch, and we were streaming a Giants game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I always saw him in the Pick and Roll, and I always seen him talk about his Giants, and I would be in the chat, and this is how great this guy was. You didn't matter about your opinion. He didn't knock your opinion. But if he didn't like it, he'd be like, I don't like your opinion, but you have your opinion. He didn't kick you off his screen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, that took a lot for somebody to do that. Because, I'm an Eagles fan. And I was just trying to talk about, the Eagles playing the Giants and all, like me and you do. And it was like, this dude gets it. He's not one of them guys that are going to just bam, you're off my channel.
I mean, the one thing about Jeff, you said it, he respected everyone. Didn't matter, what team you rooted for, who you were, your anything. He just treated people as people and respected people as people. And that's one of the great things about him. And, you also saw his passion, with all his sports team, but his passion for life in general, no matter what. He had his ups and downs like everyone else. We all do. But, he always had that passion and that drive and that fire, especially with his teams, whether it's the Giants, the Nets, the Mets, you could be, you could be on a watch along with him, and, he's just screaming, oh my God, or something to that effect. And, but you also felt it. You felt it. And, as a fan, even if you're a fan of another team, you just appreciated and respected, what he brought, to this whole platform, through YouTube.
Yeah, and this is what he always used to say about like me and a couple of guys that are like, we work so many hours. Like, he respected that. He's like, dude, you put all those hours at work and then you come home and you put this hours in. And I was like, dude, thanks for, for the respect that, that he even showed. You know what I mean? Here's a giant creator talking to an Eagle guy. And like, it was so awesome. What's up, Mitch?
Hey, I was in Earl's stream for a little bit. I thought I could pop here and just hang out for a bit.
No, appreciate you, bro.
Of course. Yeah.
So,
and you guys will never guess what happened to me when I was out to dinner.
What?
So me and my friend, we were just at the bar, chilling, having our dinner. Then we see an ambulance behind us pulling up. Someone passed out and their pulse gave out. So they called a doctor. 2 of them brought that woman back, and then she was okay. I'm like, dang, on a day like this? Yeah.
But you think about it though, it's, and I understand, missing him and the sadness, but it's more. This should really be more of a celebration of life, man, because he brought so much to so many people of different teams, ethnicities, social, economic background, whatever. He just brought so many people together, and like Arku just said, he made you laugh. He always made you laugh. So I mean.
And that was the thing with Jeff.
That's the one good thing about Jeff. He really did make you laugh.
He will make you laugh. Like, his reactions of his teams. It wasn't the Knicks games, the Giant games. I'm like, just screaming with him. He was like, dude, I want to be like that guy. That guy.
I miss the football streams.
He was just, and he was, you watch him, his YouTube channel was blowing up like crazy. But like, he was outstanding. And Mitch, shout out to Mitch, because you're the one showed me Jeff when we streamed the Giants game and the next games and all. And Jeff he's just the nicest guy out there. I mean, like, dude, he's a guy who'll give you his shirt off his back.
I mean, shout out to AK. If it wasn't for AK bringing him and everyone from the Premium Takes, I would never have met him. So shout out to AK for that. I would not have met Coach. I would not have met everyone in the Big Blue Crew. So
yeah, Unpopular. I wouldn't have met Unpopular. The Miz, I would never have met him. You know what I mean? Like, they let me on their stream one day. It was so cool. I was like, hold on, here's an Eagles fan going in the heart of friggin' Giant friggin' era, and you guys were like Coach was like, you guys were all good with it. I was like, you wouldn't see Eagles fans be like that.
Yeah,
I think that makes us all one. You know what I mean? The way Jeff was doing it.
Exactly. I mean, like you said, the way he was doing it, how he was bringing everyone, in a sense, he was bringing everyone together. It didn't matter. I mean, you think about, it's not just Eagles fans. You got Cowboys fans. You got Washington fans. I've seen a lot of 49er fans, through this platform. I mean, Jeff also helped me learn a lot more about this, because as an old school guy before, I started streaming. It was just, you come on, you watch some videos, that's it. You want to learn something, some handy stuff or whatever, you come on, see some videos, that's about it. I never contemplated. Yeah, I got the streaming ideas from the Big Blue Crew, but it was Jeff who really pushed me to do more, and he really helped me. And he also, in a sense, coached me up in a sense, gave me the confidence to really do this. So, it was an honor, it's an honor to call him my brother, because that's really how, I connected with him. And it's not even just through the Giants, it's also through Rutgers, because it's, he and I could sit and talk about Rutgers for hours, man, for hours. And, that was always a truly wonderful thing, to sit down and talk to someone who had a passion for Rutgers athletics like I did. So, but did you?
I'm with you, Coach. We're both old school guys. And Jeff was like, yo, this is how you have to do YouTube. You're hiding something. You have to come all out. And I'm like, my wife does this too. She'll be like telling me the same thing. Everybody tells me the same thing. But I kind of owe it to Jeff, because the way he was trying to explain it, and how I react on the watching a game. Because I watched him when he watched the game. I'm like, wait a minute. He's just being a fan. He's just reacting like he was at the game. And I'm like, a lot of people don't do that. And I'm like, then it dawned on me. I'm like, wow. And a lot of people like it that way. And it's crazy how he helped me with my channel. He was helping me with my channel. He was helping me, in a sense, like, not all the time would talk to me, you know what I mean, off camera or nothing, but he would show me. He was like, come on, have halftime, come on in here. Even though if I stop and just say, yo, hit that like button, he wanted me to come in on the channel and talk sports with them. He would invite me. And he would try to get me more involved. And Jeff was awesome for that. I really appreciated everything he did.
Exactly. I mean, and it's not just you, it's a lot of people that he touched like that. And, that's who Jeff was. I mean, he was the type to, in a sense, give you the shirt off his back in terms of this type of community, helping you grow and be a better streamer, YouTuber, give you better knowledge of sports. I mean, he was very knowledgeable, very detailed, I mean, just knew all the ins and outs. I mean, I helped him see football from a different perspective, from a coaching perspective. But I mean, what he brought to the table in terms of being prepared, the analytics, understanding how to use this platform to get your message across in terms of sports. So, like I said, this opened up a whole lot more to me. It also gave, someone like me purpose, it just, like I said, it really helped me out a lot. What's up, Chad?
It's good, Chad. Yeah, it was exactly. I mean, he was showing me a lot like that. And I was like, oh my God. And I never thought I would see somebody like that. Like Mitch does it. But, when Mitch is like, yo, Jeff's a good guy and all. And you're always hearing, somebody's a good guy. And then, but like I said, he'll take the shirt off his back for you. He was an awesome guy. He really was. And, but he supported everybody's channel. If he wasn't on, he was on your channel.
Exactly.
Hitting that like button, putting some comments out, praising people.
Exactly. I mean, he was just supportive across the board. I mean, and I've watched how many, like I said, I've watched how many people lives he's touched through this platform, and it was amazing. I mean, and it was, you also just watch his platform, his channel grow. I mean, he's always coach, shorts, hashtag, always little things he's always telling you, this is how, my channel grew. And he and I really started about the same time. I think we were like a couple of weeks in terms of difference in terms of starting. So, and it was just, truly amazing and a blessing, to, like I said, to be able to call him my brother, because, it just, like I said, he just did so much for me that, it allowed me to, and I've watched others too, it just allowed everyone to, have a sense of joy, coming into, this world, and just this medium, and just, whether it's, sitting in with a watch along, listening to him as he was calling a wrestling, match, because, I, I had fallen out of favor with wrestling for so many years, because, I was, I used to watch it in the 80s and the 90s, and then,
Right.
things changed, life. But, hearing him, it just brought me back. And, there are times I just sit and just watch, and, for a little bit, and I'd appreciate, everything that's going on. So, and that's all due to Jeff.
Yeah, he was, and like, if you didn't know that much, like me and you're old school, so I stopped watching wrestling for a while. But even he was like, yo, come in here and watch wrestling with us and tell us your opinions. And then I tell him my opinions, and he'd be like, but you have to look at it this way. And he was showing me how to look at it. You know what I mean? Because wrestling's way different it is now than it was back in the 80s. And you know what I mean? So in the early 80s, Jeff's like, this is how you should look at it now. Like, he was showing you all sorts of stuff. And it was like, he talked to everybody, though. It wasn't like, he never talked down to people. And like, he let everybody have an opinion.
Exactly. I mean, that's, like I said, that was what was so beautiful and precious about him. I mean, like you said, he valued everyone's opinion. You don't have to agree with everyone, but at least he values and respects you having the right to your opinion, and he'd go to bat for you for having that right. Not what you're saying, but at least having the right. And as long as you were respectful, he was going to respect you as well. So, and don't
get me wrong. If you wasn't respectful to Jeff, he would come at you. You know what I mean? He did have a backbone. He would come at you. But Jeff would be like, well, play nice until it's time not to play nice.
Or when you get in those moments where you're trash talking his team, then he's going to trash talk back at you. So
then he's going to trash talk back at you. And I was always the guy trying to get him a little bit up in there, wanting to fight a little bit about his team. So I liked a little bit of trash talking. But you're nice about it. Like me and you, I'm be like, we're going to be yes and all this, saying our normal stick. And he'd be like, all right, yeah, we'll see.
Exactly.
But he was nice about it. And then he'd be like, his team won. He'd be like, yo, what happened to your team? And then he'd be like, you choked,
Exactly.
So he would always come at if you came at him, prepare to get going. He wasn't afraid not to come at you. That's why I respected him.
Exactly. He was, everything you said is so true. I mean, it's in a day and age when we watch sports and we see the different fan bases, even on the fields or the courts, the attitudes, the temperament, so many different aspects of the sports world. To see someone who was respectful and nice, and that was genuinely him. You could say it was just a little shocking for a moment until you got to understand Jeff. Once you understand, oh, that's Jeff. That's really who he is, and it's cool, and you just go along with it. So, it's not, like you say, he's not an asshole. He wasn't an asshole, but like you said, he had his him. He'll bite back. He's not gonna let you bully him. So he'll punch you right back in your face if
Yep.
in a sense, but if you're respectful, he's gonna respect you, and he's gonna support you. And I mean, so many times I used to watch him when I first started, and I'm like, he's in there with all those Eagle guys. He's the only Giants guy in there, and he's handling himself. It's like, oh, okay. So
yeah, he didn't need like Mac to come help him out. He didn't need another Giant in there. He would get surrounded by 6 Eagle fans, or he would get some Washington fans, or he'd get some Dallas fans, and he would go at them. And it could be just him. And he would whatever team they were going with, and he would handle that shit. And no, exactly. That's what I loved about it. I'm like, he's not scared. He will go at these guys. I mean, he's getting bombarded over here by Eagle fans and Dallas fans and Washington fans. You don't go and call backup and go get Mac or you, or you know what I mean, or the Big Blue. He don't do that. He's like, I fought this. I'm going for this battle myself.
Exactly. So and it was but in you even through all of that, you could tell he was also well respected. Whether you were with a supporter of his teams or not, he was well respected. And this is evident right here. All of this is evident here. You have all the people stopping and showing support. The different streams today that have given him the respect and the honor. So and you're right, Arco. He wouldn't stop working.
No.
I mean, think about how many breaking news he would. And he always seemed to have the news first. NYG always said he's the reporter. He's the reporter. He has it first in 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. There's Jeff posting something, and it's like, wow. I admit I sometimes I don't have the energy to do that in first thing in the morning, but there it is. It's Jeff, and he's bringing you some information, this player was cut, this player was signed, and it wasn't always just strictly his sports teams. It was across all the leagues.
Yes.
So while he's a fan of particular teams, he's also a fan of the sports.
Yes.
So,
he's a fan of all basketball. He's a fan of all football.
Exactly.
He's a big fan of wrestling. And this guy, like, he'll be like, he don't like that wrestler or he don't like that player, but he's like, all right, let's see what this guy can do. And if that guy is actually doing way better than he thought he was, he'd say it. Yo, I was wrong about this guy. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what sport it was, he would tell you.
Exactly. I mean, and one thing I was also intrigued by with him is, like I said, he was always one of the ones who, in terms of the mainstream, he was always, just like I said, with, you guys, with a lot of the Eagles fans. It's also like that in hockey he was a Devils fan, and, it's, you got Rangers, you got, Flyers, but I didn't see anybody who was a Devils fan, and it was just like, oh, wow, that's intriguing and, respectful, and he stayed true. I talked to him about the Nets, and he said, he goes all the way back. It wasn't just because they came to Brooklyn. He was with them when they were in Jersey. So, and, and see, I know about the New Jersey Nets because I'm not saying I was a big fan, but I followed them, and there were players on the teams that I did like, so, but, we could talk about that, and the Mets, I'm a Yankees fan. He was a Mets fan, but I could talk to him about the Mets going all the way back to, when I was in high school and, when they won the World Series back in 86 and, and he has that passion and he's also a historian for the game itself, so that's something that, is always a blessing in knowing someone who, he works hard, he's very smart, he's respectful, but biggest thing, he's a historian. He knows the history of his teams and the sports, or he knows where to go to get the information. So that way he can at least present exactly in a well-versed conversation. So definitely, that's the things that are missed, by him not being here. So, but I wanted to ask you, when you found out, where were you when you found out that he had passed on?
I think I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
That I found out that he passed. And like they weren't sure at the time. They weren't sure. They think it was that he passed, but they weren't sure yet. So nobody wanted to say anything because they wanted to make sure that it was true that they were hearing, and because they didn't want rumors to start and nothing happened to him. You know what I mean? Here he is, he's fine, But I knew he was sick. He wasn't feeling good for a couple of days. But he didn't like going to the doctors either. Which I can understand that because I'm a guy that don't like going to the doctors. Like, I mean, broken bones or not, I'm like, I don't need a doctor. I don't go to doctors. You know what I mean? I'm not that guy. I'm not, and I understand. And people are like, how you not go to doctors? It's just not a doctor thing.
Well, it's more.
You figure you might have a tummy ache or something wrong with you where you're like, oh, it'll pass.
And that's how most guys are. It's, look, I'll get over it. I mean, I was like that for a while until I got sick. My dad has always been like that. All the men in my family, as athletes, where, are you hurt or are you injured?
Right.
So
how sick are you?
And that's how Jeff was.
Enough not to go to work, or are you sick enough, not to do what you had to do? But
exactly.
Jeff was sick, and he was still doing streams. He just wasn't going on because he wasn't feeling that good.
Exactly.
So, but he might not have been on camera, but he was still on and he was still pushing through, even though he was very, very sick.
Exactly. I mean, and that's the thing about Jeff. I mean, he tries to keep his personal life personal, and there's certain things he's going to tell you, which is fine, and there's other things he's going to keep, I didn't know how sick he was, so it's just, I knew he had some issues, just like I had issues, so that was about the gist of it. So
what was you doing, Coach, when you found out about Jeff?
I was preparing. I was thinking of trying to do a video, and I was on Twitter and trying to come up with ideas and preparing myself, and you started hearing rumors, and it was just like and they were talking about Earl, and then when Earl released it, no one really believed it. It was and that's how kind of how I found out. It was just here at home, on the internet, and next thing you know, it's and then it was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, nah, that's not true. That's not true. And then I picked up my phone and I was trying to call him, because I had his number, and and he wasn't answering because he normally would answer, or at least text me, I'll call you back, something to that effect. But
right,
it was no contact. So then it was just like, okay, give it some time. Let's see, maybe something's happened, something's personal, because like you said, we don't want to give misinformation,
right,
especially in something like this, this is a different level where you don't want to, say someone has passed on and they didn't, because you're going to feel bad,
Right.
So, but yeah, and like Arku said, Earl knew him personally, so he had the information. So, but I know Earl was, doing his due diligence before he wanted to say something. I remember him saying that.
Right.
So
He double checked and triple checked because he don't want to bring out this bad news and it not be it.
exactly.
Okay, maybe he's in a hospital and maybe he's, not doing good. But if you already say he passed and then he comes back on stream, you're like, well, you're a liar. You know what I mean? But what was really crazy, and this is how dedicated that Jeff was to YouTube, after he passed, and then it was football time, he had a stream set up to freaking go, coach. He had a stream set up to go, and they're like, wait a minute. Jeff's live.
Yep.
Like, what's going on here? Like, this dude had it set for this day to come out. Because he was so dedicated and putting out his stream that he really had one go off. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Exactly.
And it was a great one too.
Exactly. So it just, it was, like I said, Jeff was just an amazing person. And then, with the passing and, hearing the stories his friend Joe was telling about him, especially with the wrestling, and, he showed a video clip of, Jeff, and, like you said, there was Jeff. He's the same exact person that, that we see on stream. So, wait a minute. Arku says
it was a month early.
No, there was something that came out after he passed.
After he passed, Arku, after he passed, he had a video already sent.
Yep.
And ready to roll about the Giants. It was crazy because everybody couldn't believe that wait a minute, why is he going, like, how did he go live,
Yep. Where's this video coming from? Wait a minute, what's going on? I thought he passed, and that's what I was saying. I was just like, wait a minute. I thought they had the memorial, the funeral. They, what is going on? It started freaking you out. It's like, what's going on? But, like you said, that's just Jeff being well prepared, doing his due diligence, and, he
was just set. He always had videos getting ready to roll. That's how great he was of doing videos. Like, he was always prepared, like you're always saying, Coach. Prepared, getting things already ready. All right, when the Giants opener is, bam, I'm sending this one out. Or it's going to be training camp, boom. This one's going out. He didn't have to, because then he could sit home, maybe not do nothing. And you think he's live, but he really just sent a video out.
Exactly. And that just goes to, like we were just saying earlier, the preparedness of him. He was just well prepared. And you as a supporter, you can appreciate that. I mean, it's like, at least he's giving you the real. He's giving you the real of his craft, and you have, you should respect it. What he's giving you, because he doesn't have to. But it also shows you that what he's thinking about his audience, because he knows that people are in a sense, I don't want to say completely rely, but you depend on certain information, or just him doing a video, and you want to come support, just come in and give a like and just give a quick comment, because that helps his program. And
that's how he said it. He'd be like, yo, just hit that like button and a brief comment, and if you want to bounce, you can bounce. appreciate everybody that stays in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
he was outstanding, dude. He was just a guy that was like, sometimes I'm like, he really helped me so much. And like
Mm-hmm.
me and me and Miss Halftime would say, I mean, that's why you got Jeffy T85 in the background like it is. I mean, he was such a supporter just on me. Like he
Mm-hmm.
goes, "You're going to be something halftime." He was saying that to me. He was like, "You're going to be something. I'm telling you, you have it, but
Mm-hmm.
you just." He was always telling me I was always hiding it. You know, you got to let loose, and I'm trying to let loose, but I still got to hide a little bit because I get out of hand sometimes. With the cursing, I'll get out of hand. Well, construction worker, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. 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 No, I understand, and but that's the thing about Jeff. He saw the good and what was good in each of us, and you just trying to help bring it out. And that, like I said, that's what you learn to appreciate and respect from Jeff.
How long
So
has Jeff been doing it?
he and I, we started saying this would be this is our third year. Wait a minute,
Third or
no,
fourth year?
yeah, third year. Yeah, it was our. It would have been, yeah. This would be our going into our the start of our fourth year, going into our fourth year. So yeah, we would
Okay.
have. He was in 2.5 years, a little over 2.5 years. So yeah, just trying to remember specifically. And Raph said, "Is there a link he can get on? You want to send him the link?"
Yeah, send him a link, Coach. Can you do that?
Yeah, I got you. Trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think it's. This is three. Yeah, this is 3 going on 4 years.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he introduced me and you together.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
Mm-hmm.
introduced, I think I met you with Unpopular
Mm-hmm.
and the Blue Clue. Like
Mm-hmm.
I went into that. I went
Mm-hmm.
into that giant den. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they're like, wait a minute, this is an Eagles fan. He's like, he's not that bad. He's like,
Mm-mm.
he's not just trashing our team. He don't like some of our guys, but he's telling us some of our guys ain't that bad. And they're like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to. I keep it like I keep it real too. You know what I mean? Like about your teams and the Knicks or whatever. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that guy. Like, we're gonna dominate. We're gonna win 17 games. It don't happen that way.
Exactly.
You're an NFL team. I'm an NFL team. You ain't going. Nobody's gonna win all the time like that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, they're not. So, and you said it best. I mean, and that was Jeff's. That was the thing about Jeff. I mean, he um, helped us all understand, each other, the opposition in a sense. So, you could tell. I mean, just the way he would talk with everyone, and just like, oh, okay, this is like you said, this is not some asshole Eagles fan. Because you learn like everyone just because they're a fan of this particular team,
Right.
everybody in that fan base are not assholes. They're not. They're people. They're just like you and I. So
Right. But you do have some of them troll people that,
oh yeah,
that are just trying to be there to push your butt.
exactly.
But like there's people I talk to that are Dallas Cowboy fans are like, I don't really get along with some Eagles fans. I'm like, I'm cool. Trust me, I'm down to earth. I'm not there to push your buttons. If I want to push your buttons, I can. But I'm not there to push your buttons.
Exactly.
I'm not looking for that reaction. I'm looking to have people I can actually talk with and have a chat with. You know what I mean? And Jeff was great for it.
Exactly.
And
he also helps.
Awesome. You're awesome. And friggin', Unpopular is great. The whole Blue Crew is good. I mean, like you guys actually had me in there, and you're like, it wasn't like a disrespectful thing. It was.
Yeah, exactly. But see, that's the whole point, and that's the thing. Through Jeff, he's helping people understand people are people. That's really what it is. People are people. You're going to like some things. You're going to dislike some things. I mean, hey, I might like I like a hamburger made this way. This person might like a hamburger that way. But we're still people.
Yep.
Just because I like a New York based sports team and you like a Philadelphia based sports team, but in the end, hey, guess what? If you really break it down, we're two old school Jersey guys.
Yep.
So I mean, what more can you say? Oh, what's up, Mitch? I didn't know you were back.
No, I just came back. Yeah, a friend of mine called me, wanted to ask me a couple questions about the Sixers. So I'm like, all right, fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at halftime, your wife says having a great conversation about sports, no matter what team you support. Exactly.
Yeah. But he was so cool. Like he was so cool. Now, here's something that a lot of people don't know. I used to always call Mitch Negative Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Jeff told me, Coach, yo, make a shirt of that. Mitch, you got that shirt?
It's upstairs, yeah.
It's upstairs?
Yeah.
I actually made him a shirt, Negative Nancy, and actually sent it to him.
I remember.
I was nice enough. I gave him.
You were nice enough. You gave me an Allen Iverson rookie card.
Hey, if I was going to smack you in the head a little bit, like, gotta put a cherry on top for you.
Yeah.
Doesn't like red velvet cake. Okay, see, there you go. Everyone likes different types of cakes. Some people don't like pie. Some people do. Whatever. I mean, whatever floats your boat. In the end, it's about respect. That's really what it boils down to. So
he had a lot of respect for everybody. No, that's the awesome thing about Jeff.
My sister-in-law is starting to be a big a-hole now. She's trying to take my brother's house away. This is why well, all I can say, Chad, I'm sorry to hear that about what's going on with your brother. That is tough. I respect your opinion. I may not agree with it, but hey, that's how you have to live your life and do what you feel is best for you. So,
yeah,
and see, that's the whole point. Look, Chad's,
he's going through some stuff, and
oh, okay, Chad, you got that one off too. Mitch is Negative Nancy. Yeah, but look, we in the end, it's look, you enjoy your life and live your life the way you want to, and I live as long as you're respectful and not trying to hurt someone else. And that was the thing about Jeff. And ultimately, that's how he was. So,
right. And that was the big thing, like with Jeff. Like I couldn't and when Mitch told me, I was like, "Are you fucking for real?
Mm-hmm.
You're lying to me." Like I was at work, I believe, when it happened, and Mitch called me, and I'm like, and I couldn't answer. I remember because I couldn't answer right away, and Mitch called me back to back to back. Called me 4 times. I'm like, all right, there's gotta be something really, really wrong because the dude called me 5 times in a row. And normally he was like, hey, he'll call me back when he gets a chance. And then he told me, and I was like, oh my God. My jaw just dropped.
So for me, right, I was just I remember I was on my phone in my room, just chilling, and Earl called me. And I'm like, Earl, everything all right, man? Everything's good? Because Earl's my best friend for 11 years. So it's like I know that feeling he had. I knew something went wrong. So he was like, Mitch, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm like, just spit it out, man. Spit it out. He was like, Jeff passed. And I'm like, who told you? what? And one of Jeff's friends reached out to Earl and saw him on like a watch along or something, just messaged him on Facebook, and that's how he found out. And then I would start reaching out to people like Jeff's best friend Joe. I reached out to this other guy. I forgot his name right now, but yeah, it was true. Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, it just one of those. It was just one of those days, and then I called. Who else did I call right after? I called halftime. I called him 5 times. I called Randy. I called Further. I called Coach. I
You
called.
called AK, didn't you?
I called AK like 2 or 3 times. Yeah. I just called everybody. And yeah, and then later on that evening, Earl went live for Monday Night Raw watch along, and he was live, and then me, Randy, and some of the other guys, we were just live watching a basketball game, NBA playoffs, and we were just talking about it. That's a night I'm never gonna forget.
Yeah.
And Bill Walton. Yep.
Everybody started breaking down.
Yeah, it was just that made us closer, though. Admit it. Like
It really
that
did.
made everyone.
It really. Everybody in hardcore sports got a whole lot closer.
Yeah, I called Sports Rap also that time. Who else did I call? I might just have. I know I called like 10 people within like within like an hour. Yeah. And then NYG gave me his number. The Miz gave me his. Yeah, like so many people were reaching out to me that night. My phone wouldn't stop ringing for 24 hours.
Yeah, it was crazy. You were like telling me, and you're like, dude, it just feels unreal. Like it was like a week. It felt like unreal for like a week because we didn't know if it was true or not.
Correct. And I remember when Earl went live for Monday Night Raw or something. He was just telling me, like, Mitch, don't say anything online. Don't say anything online because we don't know yet. And then Earl tells everyone online, then it becomes like this huge thing. And I'm like, oh, it's not exactly what I needed because people were DMing me too.
Right.
Like, I think
Earl he told you not to do it because he wanted the one to break the news.
Me and Earl talked about that, right? Like 2 or 3 days later, and that's exactly what happened. He was like, Mitch, I felt like I had to do it. So I'm like, hey, whatever you got to do. I was here for him. Yeah. Just crazy. Oh, who? I know I called some other people. I think I called Tymus, but he didn't pick up. What? Who else? I know I have all one of my.
Rob.
I didn't call Rob.
I think you called Rob.
Maybe I did. Maybe I did. And then what? He blocked me a week later from everything?
Yeah. Not saying anything, but I think he did block you a week later.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else I called. I'm going through my phone right now.
Yeah, I remember Twitter was going crazy.
Yeah, it was blowing up. It was really messed up, and like I said, we didn't know for like a week, right, Coach? We didn't know for a week.
You didn't know.
We were all like going at each other. Like, did anybody got any information?
The only one who really,
I think it was more that we did not want to accept it. We didn't want to believe it. Because that was your worst fear. Like they were saying he was set to do a wrestling. I think it was it wrestling or he was supposed to do something.
It was Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and he didn't show up, and everyone said that's not Jeff. He doesn't do stuff like that.
No, because the day before, or 2 days before that, I forget. It was like a pay-per-view. and he had his camera off. And Earl and I was like, "There's something not wrong." And a couple days before that, Earl and I, it was Earl and I and Jeff were doing the wrestling experience, and Jeff had his camera off there too. So we were just like, I would keep on telling Jeff, I was like, "Get help." I was like, "Get help." I was calling his phone non-stop. I still got his number. Yeah, it never ended. And then
we were talking about Mitch when the football season started, how his last video went live. Remember?
The premiere.
Like, wait a minute. Wait. He went live. How did he go live?
It was recorded, yes.
It was recorded. This is how good he was, man. It was like this dude had shit pre-recorded already.
That's what Randy did. Randy did that already. I don't like doing that, but I've been doing that a couple times recently. So I don't know. You talk to your community, but I don't know.
No, I feel you. You know, the premieres, it's just, you know, a different, you know, it's just another option to help grow your platforms. That's really all it is. Yeah. And in a situation like that, you know, you're not expecting to happen. So, you know, you create your video, you prepare it, you put it in the network, and I get where you're coming from, Mitch. You just want to, you know, be closer there to, you know, go ahead and present it and be a part of it, or, you know, and, you know, God forbid something like that happens, it just goes on. But we, on the other end, we just get freaked out. We're like, what the heck is going on? You know, so, you know, but, you know, like Halftime said, that's just how that's how Jeff was just well prepared, and, you know, had everything together, you know, and also the byproduct of the hard work that he put into, you know, everything that he did for his platform. So
that's the crazy part. Like, he was so prepared. And that's what I was getting at. He's just so prepared on that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I thought Raph was joining. He actually went.
I thought he was joining too. He asked for the link, and you gave him the link, and
he'll pop in.
I don't know. Maybe he's thinking I might give it to him on Twitter. Let me go to Twitter.
No, he was just live. He was just live with Zion.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. If he's just live, then okay, I understand that.
Mac and him are still going. Matt and Mitch Mac and them are still going with their tribute.
They're gonna be there till like 10.
Oh, okay.
So like a little bit after.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, I know they. I was there when they started theirs, so.
Yeah, I'm doing more Sixers Alert. You guys love that show. You guys love when I just rant about the Sixers. Like Jimmy Butler, the Sixers want to give him a max extension if traded to us.
Nah, give me
Donovan Mitchell.
It'll be probably be the same but younger.
No, Donovan Mitchell's going to Brooklyn for Jeff's team.
I think he's going to. Me and my buddy were talking. He thinks he's going to LA. I think he's after JJ Redick becomes the head coach.
Okay.
So Redick.
I did hear he's going to LA, but
if they trade Garland, I think he's staying.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes out.
What's up, Blaze?
Like I said earlier, he'll always be with us. Blaze, pop in if you can. But yeah, me and my friend, we were talking. You know how I was always against like JJ Redick being a head coach for the Lakers, but now I'm starting to like feel like it's only a matter of time now.
Accepting the inevitable.
Yeah.
Well, is it because that he is doing a stream with LeBron
Yeah,
while you're feeling that way?
yeah.
Oh,
It's stupid, I know, but JJ Redick should not coach over there because he's doing so many great things. He's actually part of what was it, TNT? No, not TNT, ABC. He's doing games over there. He's doing a lot of stuff. First Take as well. He hops on. He's got a little bit of everything. So if I were him, I would stay on. I would not do that. I don't think I would. He's got
well, he's not going to make as much money, right?
He's not going to make much money, but he's in so many
You never know.
things.
It depends on what they offer him. I mean, if they offer him $5 million a year, just for argument's sake, what's he getting with ESPN? I mean, do you think he's getting $5 million a year? I don't. If you told me he's getting $2 million, all right, I could accept that. But as a young one coming in right off the bat making $5 million, I mean, because what's Stephen A? Stephen A is what, at like 12?
He's at
13?
25, right? Stephen A's at 25 million
Per year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the highest paid guy.
I didn't know he was making that much.
No, he just signed it. I think it was this year or last year. He's making like 25 million.
Maybe you guys are right then. Maybe I'm just out of touch. So.
Hey, wait! Don't get me wrong, Coach. Is he worth it? No.
Mm-mm. Especially not for someone who hasn't had the. After his meltdown today, Jorge Lopez called the Mets the worst team in probably the whole. Yeah, that would probably be a Jetism, because you probably hear Jet going off about that.
Well, I already said that the Mets are going to be the worst team in baseball. It's a little bit people got to catch up to me. Everybody's like, no, it's the friggin' Florida Marlins. They're the worst team. Mets will catch up to you.
Okay.
I think the Mets are the worst team in baseball.
Sorry, Jeff.
My friend said, I asked him, who's going to be the MVP of baseball? He went with Soto. And I'm like, okay. It's either Soto, Bryce Harper, or Judge. Those are the top three.
I want to go with Judge.
I can't see Judge right now because of how he started.
Yeah.
Now if you say Soto or Harper, I can get on board with those two.
Yeah.
I think Judge is a bigger name. And so the Yankees are so big that a lot of votes would just go his way.
But with Soto there, it might steal votes away.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, the Lakers just conducted a second interview with James Borrego today, the coach from Charlotte. Second interview, so he's not bad. Braves are losing. Good.
We need them to lose. We got to win today.
Yeah.
I heard did the Phillies bench cleared, and there's almost a fight because Harper almost got hit with the ball.
I didn't watch the game.
Oh, I didn't get to watch the game either. I was working.
So put the shot up. Oh, on the stream, did Jeff's friend Joe pop in?
Yeah, he was there for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Did he tell any more great stories?
It's something about, I think Jeff backed out and the bumper came off or something. The car bumper.
No, I mean, I got you with that. I was just like, I never heard that one.
Yeah, it was like after Monday Night Raw, and I guess he was backing out, and the bumper came off. And then Jeff gets out of the car. It's like, how do I explain this? And then Joe goes to tell him what happened.
Mm. that would have been interesting. Man.
I remember. I only talked to Joe one time when we had that he was on, and remember he telling us a story about that. They were sitting at a parking lot for a store, and he took his foot off the brake.
Yep.
But they didn't know he was rolling. Like he didn't know the car was moving.
Correct.
And he goes, dude, I feel like I'm moving. We're moving. And slowly the car's moving. He's like, put your foot on the brake because it's making the car's moving, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, he had some good stories about Jeff. Which was your best story about Jeff?
Mine? Oh,
Yeah.
there's so many. I guess when the Sixers swept the Nets and we were just live, I guess I would say. But no, if you want me to be serious, when me and him were talking about starting up the pick and roll, because we were always trying to figure out a name, the day, the time, and it started off with me and Jeff. Then Nikki hopped on, then Nikki became a guest, then Randy hopped on, he became a host. So then so on and so forth, the time goes, and then that's how we went with me, Coach, Blaze, Randy, Nikki, Rios, and TRL. That's how it all started. So if it wasn't for Jeff, pick and roll would not have been a thing.
I remember doing a Heart of the City, me, him, NYG, because it was always the three of us. And we were talking about something, and he's watching the Nets game. And while NYG and I are talking, and all of a sudden, here goes Jeff just ranting and yelling and going off again on the Nets. And it was just like, it caught us because we both stopped midstream. We're like, huh?
I was there. Yeah, I was in the chat.
Yeah, so it was just, that was Jeff, man. And it in the moment it'll catch you, but then you're like, that's Jeff. That's Jeff. And it was always his passion. Always his passion. So he just always told me to always try and stick with it. I mean, I haven't consistently, but he's like, Coach, you have it. Just stay with it.
Yeah, you used to say that. Yeah, I know he said that to me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, especially you guys that work all the time. He goes, he always said, like, dude, I don't know how you guys do it. He goes, me, I'm home. But you guys go work. Like, I work 16-hour days. People work 9, 10-hour days. He's like, how do you guys do it? Where you guys sit there and then have enough energy to go do a stream for 2 to 3 hours or an hour. Because I'll be tired. I'll be in bed. But then that's why he always said, keep pushing through. You'll get better.
Exactly. He always said that. And like I said, he's always the shorts and the hashtags.
I gotta start mine back up. Yep. Hey, wait, I gotta tell you guys something. Hold on. Let me get out of that. Oh, it's Raph.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's up, Raph?
Everybody.
What's up? Raph. Yep. We were just about to watch the tribute video I made of Jeff a year ago. Look, January 29th, May 29th, 1 year ago. All right. Oh, Zion.
Zion's in.
What's up,
good,
Zion?
Zion?
What up, fam? What up?
What's up,
What up,
man?
Fitty halftime? What up, Coach? What up, Mitch? Hey, Raphael, I just was on a podcast with you. Oh, let's get it.
All right. Yep.
Perfect timing. Let's go.
Yep. Just about to play the tribute video of 1 year ago today.
May 29th, 2023.
I'll be right back.
We lost a dear friend in the YouTube and Twitter community. Jeffrey Adam Turner, at age 38 years old, passed away due to E. coli food poisoning, blood clots, and deep vein thrombosis. Jeffrey was a kind, caring, passionate sports fan. Everyone loved him. Jeffrey, enjoy the tribute video, brother. We're going to miss you. We love you. Rest in peace.
To my co-pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, he is my ride or die. He is here with me each and every Monday night. He is a passionate wrestling fan, a passionate sports fan, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, he is nothing short of sensational. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me know one and the only, the incomparable Mr. Jeffrey Turner. Jeffrey, welcome to the Raw Watch Along.
What the hell happened?
It
I think
stopped.
Mitch
for some
paused
reason.
it.
Yeah, it paused. I don't know if it's you paused it, Mitch?
Whoa.
What are you guys doing today? And by the way, are we gonna get our answer? Are we gonna
I
get our
turned off
answer,
my
ladies and
headset for a
gentlemen? Is it
second,
gonna finally
and then
be
it
the
just
night?
stopped.
Yeah,
On that
pause
matter,
it.
are we finally going to get our answer? Or are we still going to be sitting here like idiots, wondering why this all started? I can't know.
68.
Yes, yeah. You're almost.
No, I will say this, AK. I respect people like
Fantastic.
you. I respect people like Earl. I respect people like Mac, Billy Halftime, Pat, Joel, Pat, Lou. Everybody that goes out there and works a lot of hours, works full-time jobs, and still has the time to come on YouTube and do these streams. I respect the hell out of you guys a lot more than myself or others that, have the time to be able to do this stuff, because you guys are putting in work on an outside profession or a job, and you're still giving the time to be able to go on YouTube and do these types of live streams. I respect the hell out of you guys a lot more because you're still putting out content for these people to look at. That's why, I really do. Sincerely. That's not a little cop-out thing to say. I mean, I'm being dead serious. I give a lot of respect to you guys. All the ones that I named, saying that you guys still put out the YouTube content that you do because of, how much it means to you guys, even when you're coming home from a busy schedule. So that's why I don't blame you. I don't say well, how come AK's not putting out enough content? Why is he on YouTube? Dude's working a fucking full-time job. I mean, you'd be happy at least he's doing a live stream right now. Most people, when they come home for a full-time job, do you think they want to go on YouTube and sometimes get echoed by people? No. I give you so much credit. Billy Halftime, same thing. Matt the Giants fan, same thing. Earl, when I do the Raw watch along with him, I chat with him sometimes afterwards, but I let him go earlier because the dude's got to work a whole entire day. So, I give you guys a hell of a lot more credit than I appreciate you guys saying I'm this prodigy or something, but you guys are the ones that put in a hell of a lot of work and then do this stuff in 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, that sucks. You guys are such on a hot streak. Oh, look. Hey, what up? What up, Randy?
Okay, don't mind me, but I'm dealing with a little bit of I'm not feeling well, so if you guys have a hard time understanding me, just tell me to slow down and I'll try to talk clearer.
No, it's okay. You kind of sound like the women on the Simpsons, Marge's sisters.
Oh, thanks a lot, Jeff. Really appreciate that, bro.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
Yes!
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yes! Yes! Let's go! That's exactly what I wanted, and that's exactly what we're getting, baby.
Oh, okay.
Let's go! It's my top guy on the board, and Deontay Banks is a New York freaking Giant. Let's go, baby!
And that's when I went to bed.
There goes that passion.
I love it. I'm so happy. That's the the guy I wanted from the beginning out of these cornerbacks.
1, 2,
Look at the
CM Punk
passion.
wins! CM Punk wins!
Yeah.
CM Punk
I gotta
is
go
your
to Earl's stream after this and show this to them.
World Champion!
1, 2, 3.
A big time GTS, and in his hometown, CM Punk wins the AEW World Championship.
It's crazy. Look at the passion.
My
Everything he
God,
does.
what a match! You're not blocking anything. Not with Graham Gano out there. This dude is literally Mr. Automatic.
Let's
Watch
go.
This is great. This is great. This is great.
7-yard field
Oh
goal.
man.
Kick is up, and it is. Oh my God! It's no good. I jinxed it.
Oh my god.
Jacob Freeman.
And these guys know what they're getting into. That's why they do it. They love it. In a sadistic way, they love going out there every Sunday and getting pounded. Like, no lie, you have to love that. That sounds bad. Yeah.
I know. I was just about to say.
But
Where's
okay.
Mitch? Where's Mitch when you need him? Where's Mitch?
But you
Oh my
have to
God.
actually be a little
Pause.
up in the head to want to go out there and get slapped around by these guys. You know, like these hits are not something to joke about. These dudes, when they hit you, they fucking hit you. It isn't a game, even though it is, but it isn't. You know. What do you say?
Football's a game for bitch. A very happy day for one of our guys on this panel for a non-basketball reason, because somebody that he dislikes, and he's got a smile on his face, he knows exactly what I'm talking about, finally decided to hang up the jersey in the NFL. And there we go. Yep. He's finally decided to give it up.
Bye, Tom. Eat it, son of a bitch. I love it. This is great. That means sports cannot be so much better. This is awesome. Eagles going to the Super Bowl and fuck boy Tom leave. I love it. Let's go.
Raph, this is the part you sent me.
Oh, I remember that.
Knocks them both down. 95-90.
I was just like,
5:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Brunson's back at the game for the Knicks. Brunson now. Guarded on the outside by Caleb Moore.
What an awesome video, Mitch.
Barrett now.
It's still on the network, guys. It's still there. If you guys want to check it out on your own time, it's still there.
Out of bounds. Knicks ball.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting about that.
Yeah, it's still on the network, guys. This video is still on the network. Whoever wants to see it.
Yeah, that was a BS call. I agree. What? I agree. No, I was saying Mitchell goaltending BS call. Come on. The one where he fell down on the ground.
Wait, did Adebayo just shoot the free throw with one hand?
Yes. Oh, they called a foul on the play.
I was so shocked over here, huh?
Yeah, Mitch is RJ's going to the line, yeah.
And he knocked down his first one.
Oh, this
Alright,
guy-
cut this down to 3. Come on. Cut this back to 3.
Second free foul. Gets them both. 95.
Alright, 3-point game.
Yeah, my ankle sprained for Tristan Wirfs and missed multiple weeks. And Rogers is going to play on Sunday. That was announced by.
Leave further alone. He's in his own world right now.
I just said that. No, oh my God, Almighty! I honestly am thinking about banning you. I'm thinking about banning you after this one. This one it hurts me. This one hurts me, Almighty. You really want to bring back Kyle Rudolph? Kyle Rudolph, really?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
He's like, I want to ban you.
I'll take Will
He's
Tye.
still invested in Lamar Jackson going to the
I'll take Larry flipping Donnell over. I forgot Omos was still employed.
Yeah. One sec.
Terrible. Me too, honestly.
You know what? If Vince takes over control, Omos will be involved in a WWE Championship.
And Jinder Mahal will come back and win it.
Oh, he already is back. He's back already. He was on NXT.
I know he's back.
Yay.
And here comes Omos.
Oh,
And
okay. Now
here
we know this is garbage.
And now here comes Omos. As we all know, Omos is as green as goose shit.
No,
Goose shit.
Earl. You can skip all the rest of that. All you have to do is just say the last word. Omos is shit.
Okay.
Just flat out crap. Shit. Sucks. It's a 7.
Now, it's a
a 7
sick colored
pound
blue. It's a sick colored blue.
No, Mitch, no, Mitch, no.
Oh my God, Earl looks like
Gear
wow.
is terrible too.
Yes.
Everything about it is terrible.
It's a brown stain in the bottom of the toilet bowl.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
I lost it.
anyway,
I lost it.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at him.
Anyway,
Done right now.
Oh, I broke.
I remember I came back from an Edge of Philly sports
We
stream.
officially lost viewers now because Earl decided to compare Omos to a brown toilet. How are my buddies doing from down the turnpike? How are you Eagles fans doing? How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? Randy, and the further.
Yo, did I tell you what trade Jamar offered me?
No.
Matt Stafford takes the snap, floats it over the side,
Hold on.
and did he just beat it? Did he just beat a touchdown? Cooper Cup! Toe tapping on the outside.
Wow!
What a catch by
I was so far behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, what a catch!
What a catch by Cooper Cup for the touchdown.
That's the thing. Jeff was always ahead of us.
Yes.
Him and Earl were always ahead of everybody.
What?
And Jordan Poyer toe taps his feet right near the corner of the right part of
And
the
you could
end
just
zone.
be going along. Next thing you know, Jeff is just starting to scream. You're like, huh?
He's doing the same shit over and over again. If I see Johnny Gargano do that goddamn kick one more time.
Oh.
Oh, Gunther is just beating the shit out of Drew McIntyre right now.
No, Jeffrey, you got it wrong. He's beating the stew out of him. He's beating the stew.
Oh my God! I remember.
He's beating the stew. Right.
Oh man.
That was a good
Oh,
one.
man.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Good stuff,
definitely.
Mitch.
Oh, I always said leave studio. That would have been bad.
Yeah, you know that.
But now actually I gotta leave to go to
Wow.
Earl's and show him that.
Okay.
All right,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Have a good
All
night,
right.
guys. Have a good
You
night.
too.
Hey,
You
Jeff,
too.
All right, fam.
miss you, bro.
Good stuff.
Miss you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, Raph? What's up, Zion?
What's good, Zion? What's good, Rap?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
You know,
I
I
just
was
wanted-
finished the podcast. You know,
I was just gonna
finished the
say
pod-
real fast. I'm sorry, Opio. Go ahead.
No, I was about to go finish right now, but man, that was very emotional. And then they just brought like the great memories. And since 1 year ago, man, that was like a lot of emotions going in this show because
Nikki, you can
I
jump
remember-
on in. It's on StreamYard and talk about Jeff. You're more than welcome.
yes, it is. And I remember that I was on Friday, that I was with Jeff, Mitch, also with Big Brother Lou. I mean, he became like one of my greatest inspirations to get to know for the content creator because even I just saw him doing his thing about for the NFL, the wrestling. I mean, that was just like truly amazing. And after he's no longer here, he just brought me like a great inspiration to make like a great content creator. So without Jeff, there's no content creators who provide like a lot of energy. And for that reason, Jeff, he became like one of my great brothers. And I mean, there's so many emotions having to go for because the last time that was exactly on Night of Champions. And Man, he was so hyped up when he called my name, El Capitan Rafucho. I was like perfectly because I know he understood a lot of things in Spanish. And boy, what could I tell you about this? I mean, this man had brought a lot of energy, a lot of joy, great happiness. He makes us smile for everything. And without him, it's gonna be so really sad. But we'll miss you, Jeff, and thanks for thanks for the inspiration that you brought us as a content creators, and thank you very much.
Yeah, well said, Raphael. And I wanted to just add a few words myself. I mean, like, you guys seen it in the video that Mitch presented. It was just beautiful to watch. This guy was his energy. He just brought it every time on any podcast he went to, whether it be Premium Takes on Friday nights or the Pick and Roll podcast or any podcast that he appeared on. It was just beautiful to watch him, and it was just great to know him as a friend. He's the kind of friend that, as Raphael was saying his stuff, I save all my messages and just go to his contact and look at our group message that me and him have. You know what I'm saying? He's just the kind of friend. And I'm just going to read this. Hey, Zion, just wanted to know how you been. It's been a while. Hope all is well with you. He's just the kind of friend that like check up on you when you haven't talked for a while. He was just a good human like that. He was, when Miami Heat made the finals last year, when we made the playoffs, he would shoot me a text and just congratulate me and actually be more kind of excited than I was. It was just beautiful. His energy was unmatched, and his grind was unmatched for our little YouTube circle, for the hardcore sports community, the Big Blue Crew, or even others are part of this YouTube kind of family space that we have. And no one that has seen grinded as much as he did on shorts, and he didn't do it for the likes. He didn't do it for the he just did it because he had a passion about it. And I used to give him that all the time. It's like, used to say that, like, I give you guys credit because you guys go to work a 9 to 5, and it's like, no, dude, I give you credit for even doing it. Everybody wants to do it, but it's one thing to actually do it. And he actually did it, and he did it nonstop. And he appeared. There's days that he goes 12 hours lives on this podcast, then he goes to that podcast, then he goes to that podcast. And his energy was unmatched. His work ethic was great to see. And I'm just happy to say that he was a friend, and I'm just glad to have known the guy, man. He left us too soon, but he's in a way better place. And, always thinking of him. And I can't believe it's already been a year. And thank you guys so much for having me on.
Yep. That's what this stream is for. Like, everybody tell us how you met him. Like, Zion, wouldn't have met you if it wasn't for Jeff. Raph, I wouldn't have met you if it wasn't for Jeff. You know what I mean? Like, this is how this community is building, and a lot of it is because of Jeff. I mean, he's showing people, like, for an old guy like me, he was showing me a lot of stuff that, is it was kind of cool that he's not even a fan of, you know what I mean? It was like, yo, you're doing good and keep up the good work, but your grind is way harder than mine because, like, I work 16 hours a day and I work a lot of hours. So he's like, how the hell are you up? How are you doing this? I'm like, well, if you can do it, I know I can do it. He's like, no, I'll go and take a nap. And you're over here you're just keep on going. What time did you wake up? I'm like, 4:30 in the morning. He's like, how the hell are you not asleep yet? But I just keep going. I'm like, if you can do it, I know I can do it. I'll push myself to that limit just to try to, and I was trying to, like, go do some streams like he does. I don't know how he does it. Mitch does it too. I'm like, how do they always do all them streams? I'm like, dude, I do 3 or 4. The fourth one,
it takes a lot out of it. It takes a lot out of you, especially working long hours and stuff like that. And that's one thing that I do want to echo too. Is he always came in, like, he always chucked his ego at the door. He always came humble, and he always listened. That was the best thing about it. He always listened, and whether he agreed with you or whether he didn't agree with you, like I know some of you know me from Premium Takes, others don't. Like, sometimes I lose it and I just go and I sometimes have to calm myself down. But my bad, guys. Didn't mean to get that tough on you guys. But with Jeff, he was so humble and so passionate with everything he did that he kind of like
your opinion.
He always valued the opinion, and that's what I love. I loved about him because it's really rare that you get someone that really takes the time to listen, and not only that, but his knowledge was so vast. I remember talking when we talked basketball. He was the guy that basically carried that basketball take for us, naming who, and even wrestling, naming who released, who got picked up, who's now a free agent. I mean, like the YouTube space lost a great guy, and man, I just like I said, man, I can't believe it's already been a year.
What's good, Nikki? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good evening, guys. So yeah, it's great. Came to my attention earlier today when we were doing pick and roll with Mitch, Randy, Coach Ed, and Blaze that it's been a year. And I remember because Mitch pointed out, to Jeff's credit, if it weren't for him, we probably wouldn't be doing that. So oh, Jeff credit for that right there, for giving me something to do every Wednesday, 5 p.m. And also, too, as I point out, his style with his play-by-play, his high-energy style calling, whether it be basketball or football, influenced my style play-by-play, too. So I also have that to owe to Jeff, too, when I do those play-by-plays by myself, like I did with the Nuggets and Timberwolves a few weeks ago. That was the style that was influenced by Jeff, just mainly focusing in on the action, when the action's going, speaking high energy. Of course, with Jeff, it was always cool with him because you could always voice your opinion without an argument. There was no drama involved in it at all. And it was just something about him. Just quickly, he became one of my favorites. When I first was the Pick'ems in 2022 when we were doing every Wednesday. And it was that, and then I would sometimes do the Sunday countdown. I mean, and Jeff quickly became one of my favorites through that right there. Some of the way he presented himself, the way he presented his takes. And then shortly after that, Pick and Roll podcast on Wednesdays, we're rolling. Sometimes I'm coming along, tuning into Jeff's streams on Friday. It was just one of those things that instantly hit. Just something about his content really hooked me in, and it was always a good time with him on the Pick and Roll podcast because you could always trust him to lead the way, and he would control the conversation. Like, you could bounce points off of what he was saying. He was always good at controlling the direction of the conversation when we were talking about basketball. I would just bounce off that, and that was something that always made it easier. But now it's been a year. It just sometimes it's crazy because sometimes trying to lay down or relax, and I'll be like trying to get my mind off what's going on in life and start thinking about YouTube. And one of the first things that'll come to mind is doing Pick and Roll or Pick'ems with Jeff on there. So still holds a special place for me when it comes to my YouTube vids, man. But again, I have to thank him because if it weren't for that idea, I wouldn't be doing Pick and Rolls. I got to thank Jeff for that and thank him for influencing my style on the play-by-play. So you definitely do miss it, being able to interact with him and hear his voice.
So how did you guys get to meet Jeff for the first time? When you first time met him, how did you guys get to actually meet? You know what I mean? Like, what was the first stream that you actually found on? What was you like doing? Do you remember?
For me, I believe it was either Pat's, it was either G Nations. I believe it was one of the Big Blue Crew meetups, and he used to. I believe he used to be in the comments, and then eventually, we always told him to come on, and then I mean, like, I wasn't there from the start, but I believe it was one of those episodes where he started to come on and started to show his face, and then that's how I first met him. I believe it was either Pat's or G Nations. Yeah. And then, like you said, Philly, he basically introduced me and he pitched the idea to come and join the Hardcore Sports Network and then Premium Take Friday nights and all of that. So if it wasn't for Jeff, I probably wouldn't have met you guys. Like we had cross circles with like some Eagles fans, with like AK and stuff like that. But it was a big part about Jeff that kind of the reason why we joined Hardcore Sports and and stuff like that, and got to meet the community there.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
mean,
one.
the first time. Wow, that was like very wild. I mean, I remember the first time that I was meeting him. That was like at the basketball stream or wrestling stream along with Earl. And then from 2022, I think that was 2 years ago, I think that I have the opportunity to talk with Mike the Giants fan and Jeff talking about for Giants from wrestling and basketball. And since then, I have a pretty much of the great connection. And I remember one of those live streams, but it comes to G Nation, he always bring us like at a big laugh because I was in a live stream with G Nation with Brick Brother Lou along with Big Pat that about for the draft 2023 along for the fights, and that was just like very amazing. So that was like the first time that I just meet him, and that connection became like unbreakable. So I was just like because he became like one of my greatest one. He talked about the football. They say, hey, I know that Rafael is because he was getting involved about the knowledge about the football, and I was like, wow, even know that it was on Friday, which is on the live stream. I remember that I just told about for the who got the best tight end. And it just say I'm just saying I'm gonna choose the Bronco, and he was because what the hell is gonna put the Broncos? So I was very because he always forget that who got the biggest like the tight end of his career. So I just threw the Bronco because I was very like damn, but damn, that was just like very amazing to have it like the first time we had a great connection.
Nice. Nikki, what was your first time meeting Jeff?
Oh, I believe it was the Sunday morning show. I believe it was week 5, 2022. It was somewhere around that time. After I joined the network, I started with you guys. It was probably week 5 or week 6 of that 2022 season on that Sunday countdown. It was like Mitch. It was like, who was it? You were Jeff. Who else was it? Mac and a few of those guys, Coles and those guys. We were on there where we'd like go through some of the Sunday games and give our takes right there. And at first it was with Jeff. It was a couple of those Sunday shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Right.
And then after that, slowly became pick 'em roll.
Yeah, I know you didn't jump on the pick and roll right away.
No, it was a
I was
couple
just
episodes. Like it started at that, like Mitch and Jeff started that. Then like it was Randy as a guest, then it was me as a guest, then eventually we just all became regulars. It became like a 5-person thing. And then Blazed in early 23 joined, and then Coach right around the same time.
Yeah, he touched everybody. You know, he just he knew how to keep the community going. Like he was building something special for the hardcore sports. Like when he brought everybody and started bringing people in and all, I thought he was building something really cool. You know, he got the Zion and they got a lot of people in here, and you guys are awesome.
Yep, the beautiful
Coach,
thing
I
about
appreciate
it is
Coach and all.
you get people from different parts of the country or possibly different parts of the world that regardless of what team they cheer for, we all share one thing in common. We like to talk sports because it's a place we can all come together, share our opinions with people that we otherwise would not have the opportunity to.
That's facts. That's
the beautiful thing about this. And Jeff, was always a big advocate of it. Always big advocate of shouting out people that came into his streams. Always a big advocate of making it feel welcoming. There was no drama there with Jeff.
Never.
Because I remember one time on like a pick and roll beforehand, we were talking. There was like something going on with like, I guess DJ Storm or one of those guys, and they were talking about the drama. And Jeff's like, "Look, I'm 38. I don't got time for this."
Right.
Like, that's all he said about it. He didn't even bother saying anything else.
He wasn't that way. He was like, I mean, if somebody came at him, he would handle his business, but he would just like you said, Nikki, he would be like, yo, I'm too old for this shit. I don't need this kiddie ass shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's how he kept it. And I love it.
That's facts. That's what I loved. We all loved about him. You know what I'm saying? It was always like Nikki just said. Not to echo what he said, but to echo what he said, he made everybody like maybe you're not fans of the same team, or maybe you're not fans of a same superstar in WWE or anything. He was always comfortable talking to him. You know, it's like it just like was homies that you knew for a long time, just hanging together, talking sports. He never felt like even if you wasn't as knowledgeable, he never made you feel intimidated. He just was always so welcoming, and that's one thing that I wanted to point out as well that Nikki kind of said, and I wanted to echo. I think Raphael was going to say something though.
Yeah, I was talking about. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I had to go to make some dinner. But thanks for having me at halftime. Salute to Coach Chen, Nikki Stees, because I just finished looking at the podcast with Sion, but salute my brother. Also salute to me. So I just wanted to El Capitan Rafucho is here, so I just wanted to say salute and have a great night, have a great week, and of course, peace out. And we miss you, Jeb. So we will never forgive you. So we will never forget you. Peace for this family, much love, respect. Without Jeff, we are nothing. So God bless you all.
Let's get it, Ralph.
All right, Ralph. That was a good one.
I'm probably gonna head out myself. I just want to say thank you guys so much for just having this and
you're right on this one. Jeff wasn't.
He wasn't.
He wasn't for the bullshit.
Absolutely not. I just want to say thank you again for bringing me on. And I know I'm not always active on the Twitter space or anything, but I just want to say thank you guys again for holding it down on Hardcore Sports and letting you guys rep that, letting me and the boys on Friday nights rep that platform on Premium Takes. We really appreciate that. And we miss you, Jeffrey. We know you're always looking down. You wouldn't want us to be sad. You want us to be happy and rejoice your life, and that's what we're doing. We love you, Jeffrey, and thank you guys so much for having me on. Y'all have a blessed evening.
You do.
Let's get it.
How you feeling, Nikki?
Is he still there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still there. I'm just.
Okay.
I was looking at something else.
Oh.
But yeah, I pretty much said everything I was gonna say right here. So.
All right. Okay.
Rest in peace, Jeffrey Turner. Pleasure working with you. I know you'd be proud of where the network is right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's my piece.
All right. I think we're going to end it here because I got to get up early in the morning and I still got to eat dinner and get in the shower. So I'm not even, like I said, I get done work and I just jump right on. So, Coach, thanks for jumping on and hanging out with me. I appreciate it, brother.
No, I
Thank
got
for
you,
all the
man.
support. Nikki, thanks for jumping on. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Jeffrey. It was a good stream and hope everybody has a great night.
Definitely. Everyone be safe.